Basically, when I'm preparing for a tattoo, I like to count the number of letters in the word that I'm gonna do. With Eric's tattoo, we're gonna do Zamaripa on his back. So I counted out the letters. We have 9 letters in his name. What I like to do is I like to just get a feel for what I'm gonna do. I draw out the letters and then I try to draw each one in a different style. So I can give him a couple different options. He ended up really liking the M and the A. So our goal is gonna be to mix these 2 styles and create something really cool. I also like to do this here where I try and draw it out. I'll do the bars. So pretty much just like this. And I try to count how many bars each letter actually takes. So in total, I found out that I need 34 of these bars to fit all the letters. 34, half of 34 is 17. So the middle of this word is gonna be in between the A here. And this is information that I like to figure out beforehand. So when I'm drawing, I can easily replicate this on the skin because I know I need 17 bars here and then 17 bars here. And that just makes it easier when I'm drawing it on the skin. With this page, I was designing Aiden's back tattoo. He wants to get Un día todo se termina. I drew it out here first, ran out of space, made this a little bit shorter so that it would fit. If you're struggling to make your word or your phrase fit, shorten the space between these 2 parallel lines and it'll be easier to fit. I made it even shorter here. I liked this one. The only thing that I didn't like was this flourish here. I extended this flourish all the way over to the U. We'll see how it fits on his back. Usually we improvise and make it fit on the body, but this just gives me and Aiden an idea of what direction we're going. I think it's gonna be nicer to make the letters thicker so they look a little bit more powerful. Here they're really thin. I think it'll look better if we do it thicker on his back. What this helps me to do is it helps me see where these empty gaps are gonna be, because I don't want to have like a huge gap here and almost no gaps here. So what I already don't like is that I have a huge gap here in between un and dia, same here, and I don't really have any gaps like this over here by the word termina. That's something that I want to keep in mind and see how it looks on the body, because I don't want my eye to immediately just go here because of this empty gap that we have. Because here in the middle, it looks really full. There's not that many gaps like this. Over here, there's this gap here, but not really anything else. Making sure that these gaps are balanced, these negative spaces are balanced, is really important. We'll see how it looks on the body. But the biggest thing that I want is for the whole thing to feel balanced. And of course, I want everything to be legible. I want everything to be readable from a distance. Also, another thing that I like to plan out too is trying to figure out where I'm gonna put the depth. I like to think, where am I gonna put this depth? How can I make this look 3D? How can I make it feel like it's popping off the skin? I could just make it flat, but I find it more interesting when the piece has depth to it, has shading, has a light source, because it just feels more interesting, you know? It feels nicer to look at than just being flat.